5 seniors depart last year from a team that went to the Elite Eight, and talk about that a little bit further, but that's one of the big freshmen that has come in. Humphrey, that one's blocked. Big rejection, the first one of the night, and it's Gibson and Rader combining to close that one out.
Rader just doing such a great job getting up over that net. Block.
Back on your side, what a rally, just that poke back slam off the fingertips. What are you gonna do if you're Georgia Tech? He just went.
That was big number 20 for London. 12th time this year she's gotten there. Terry, and that goes down.
Fast kill from your bro, just in the right spot at the right time, taking a hard one off the platform.
Height the volume and with power to not allow the Yellow Jackets to respond. Taylor digs. And that chance from Tumen. And she, for a second, picked up that green card, and off the replay, Morbitzer pushes it over, and an ace, finding the hole that was right next to Alex McGillivray.
You know, Coach Flynn Oldenburg, she went out there with both of her hands moving, saying talk, 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 and that's what the Buckeyes need to do.
For Illinois, right? They've got the upper hand. They've played so well in the middle of this set.
The blocker was kind of looming in front of her, so she just tipped it over, and again, the back row is expecting the swing.
And there's a big block from Brandewee. 2 straight big plays for the Buckeyes. And Brandewee, Greg, she's doing this in front of her home crowd. She's a Columbus native.
Trying to make her homecoming a happy one. Good reception from Taylor. Big swing from Zaria Ragler. Great setup from Tumen. MC Hammer, as they're playing, was right. You can't touch this.
Unstoppable on the right side, and her just being able to hit from pin to pin and hit seams that I've never seen before. It's awesome.
Riley Rader, one of the senior leaders, along with Londot, senior from Louisville, Kentucky, out of the middle spot.
We'll get this first set of the best of 5 underway, and away we go on this Friday. They blocked in front to look there at Mia Tumen. Going back outside, and Emily Londot gets the Buckeyes on the board.
Huge, powerful. I will take a bunch of swings tonight, so it's going to be well divided amongst the hitters for Northwestern.
Tumen going to Londot, and she is in rhythm right away. 3 swings, 3 kills.
So despite maybe not being looking as good as they were last year, they're still on a very nice course for the future. There's Chelsea Thorpe getting her first action of the day. This is her first year as well. She is a sophomore, did not see action last year.
Taylor Landfair with the set to Wooker. And there, Londot gets the touch and the spot for her first kill.
It's a packed house tonight, so they are definitely surrounded by Buckeye fans everywhere, but they're coming out really strong and holding their own to get things going.
Chelsea Thorpe into the match, tried the tip. Stanishevska denied. Lauren Murphy leading the stop. What you see here?
You know, I love the...
So the freshman able to check in with her first kill. Londot guiding the way with 7 putaways on 17 swings. Hustle play for Ohio State, 3-ball Wisconsin. There's the block.
Londot's eyes here, she's looking right at
Ohio State really going to have to move it around and find their pieces, and they're going to start it off early with Emily Londot.
And Hayworth's first attempt is dug out and spotted up.
Indiana unable to get the block there, and Ohio State strikes first.
It's like you can't even tell that it's an unideal situation because of what she's able to do with anything. At the net, the block. And Tooman teaming up.
Huge for the Buckeyes to establish their block early on in the pins. This is not the best blocking team.
Great recruiting class. Jim Flynn Oldenburg put together, and there's another block. Thorpe.
On Fox underway. First swing goes to Kendall Murray and dug by Morbitzer. Chelsea Thorpe, an absolute hammer, and she dropped.
Again, just going back and forth like that is just going to contribute to more success down the road.
Off the tape. Here's a chance for Kinkilla. That's a big rejection for the Buckeyes. Brandewee and Londot looking for their first conference winning streak of the year. They're doing it with their defense. And the Buckeyes up by 3.
Former walk-on, now scholarship player, and current captain.
And definitely so, Tyler. I mean, she finally got on scholarship last spring and said, you know, it's always been great to put Block O on my chest, but now being able to...
Nunji gets us started from the service line. Off we go from Champaign. And Emily Londot into the cross court.
Right away, you're seeing how much range Londot has on the outside, especially when it's a good pass for Ohio State.
To the players, and the opposite team is able to get a touch on it. If you put enough power, that ball will not pop back up, and that's exactly what Londot did there. Play continues. Taylor digs, and Riley Rader.
Get 5-6 points ahead, but as they come crawling back, are you going to continue to keep on that pressure?
Eloise Brandewee.
When they are going up against Raina Terry, who's one of the top attackers in the country, that's when blocking is super crucial.
Londot from the right pin. No. Well dug out. This time an attack down the middle that the Buckeyes sniffed out.
Just as we were saying, blocking is going to be crucial for Ohio State.
Doesn't get a ton of playing time. Throws it up and knocks it over. Morbitzer to dig. Tooman going over to her favorite target, Londot, and she gets the first points on the board.
It's a powerful hitter like Emily Londot.
Good reception by Sydney Taylor. Now here's the setup for Londot down the line.
Hit the line.
As we get another look at it, coming right at you.
Coming off an ankle injury about 10 days ago on Big Ten Network in a home loss against Wisconsin, third set. Turned an ankle and didn't return. Didn't play the last match last weekend against Maryland. Last night came off the bench.
Freshman from the state of Pennsylvania. Trying to fish it out of the netting, just doing that as Podraza. Tooman tipped down over, was deflected. That for Londot. Londot on the swing, able to come through with her third kill already.
It's been all Emily Londot, too, for the Buckeyes. She's having a great start of this first set.
Good work for the Wildcats out of the timeout. They get Dotson to get one down, and now Rader in rhythm, hitting.
Fans cut for coming out today on a Sunday afternoon and keeping the path packed. Here's Londot on that near side down the line, and they got a touch.
PI coming off a loss to a Michigan team that previously had just one win in Big Ten play, but they had incredibly tough schedules on both sides to really amp up that resume. Ohio State, meanwhile, a monster kill right.
And you'll notice sometimes Ohio State has a slower start, but once they find their groove and they find that momentum,
that's really when it gets going. The deception there from Taylor Hold'em. Buckeyes snuff it out, and Londot gives OSU the lead.
For the Buckeyes. Sprick denied.
Take a look at this block here. Perfectly lined up. You can see the angle.
Morbitzer up to Tooman. Back down, Brandewee's going to hit that back corner.
Swing past him, just trying to aim for those fingertips and try and get that deflection.
Mia Tooman has her serve attempt set up, and
Now we've got a bit of a rally going on here, and Ohio State able to strike again as they take a 3-2 lead.
Kind of dominance that is that Murphy was showing and the confidence stepping up. At the nets, kept up, but a point to Ohio State off the Jeffs.
Brandewee out of Columbus, Ohio. Bishop Hartley leads the team in total blocks with 21.
Open shot.
Maddie Cochran getting it into play. Truman looks to London, and that is the swing that's unstoppable.
It's right around this time in the first where Ohio State pulled away. Rutgers biting at their ankles here. Here's Londot. Hartman slides to dig it. Kinkilla, and it's blocked. Solo block from the freshman Brandewee. Rally or critical point, it's the Buckeyes defense that paves the way.
Have 4 errors apiece. Londot will go back to the line. D'Amico dishes. Knocked down off the double block of Egan and Brandewee.
Egan is getting involved already right off that left hand. Just
tight late sets and won it in 4. Here's Lauren Murphy. And to Bohm. Popped up by Londot. And into the cross court. That's put away for Chelsea Thorpe.
Inside, she turns that right thumb down, and that allows this to happen. Defense, even in transition, might be somewhat of a broken out of system play. She can.
Georgia Tech to handle. Bradley Rader serves it back. Denied by Brandewee. Sire took the serve. Gibson sets. Look to Londot. Beautiful block there from Maryland. Gibson again. Lauren Murphy, nice dig from Gunter. And a beautiful block by Chelsea Thorpe.
Ohio State, I mentioned early on how brutal their schedule was in the month of September. Jen hoped that would toughen up a young team early on to see some legit competition, get them ready for Big Ten action.
Check down and find the best option.
And she communicates well with her hitters. And Tumen back to Ragler. Another one for Zaria Ragler.
Be competing for playing time, and they're going to be.
She did a lot of that against Minnesota, not quite as successfully as she'd done against Illinois previously. Here comes Gurkovich with the quick hit, but it's blocked there by Zaria Ragler. Big Z comes up with a big defensive play.
They have focused on their blocking, they focus on their serving, but I've seen a lot of scrappiness from both sides, so let's see if they're going to get in a fun groove this next set.
Penn State hit 278 opening set. Block of the match to get things rolling in set 2. And that's a solo stop.
Great response here by the Buckeyes after Penn State will come back and tie things at 14. On this right side, see Hannah around the block. You have Murphy on this near side. Through the middle that time with Ragler. Murphy, Ragler combined for the rejection.
Cameron Hannah, notice the penetration over the net.
That's an ace for Murphy.
It's driving deep. It's forcing the passer to figure out whether it's in or out, and at the last.
Unsurprisingly, Londot leads the line with 4. Serve took a deflection. Sent back as there's Anastasia Russ.
And then Minnesota with the error, but it was all Tumen keeping that ball alive for Ohio State.
Sarah Sumorbitzer keeps it in.
Off of her swing because she is powerful.
Mia Tumen sends it away. A bump pass by Bishop to Stanishevska. Murphy. And it's dug away by Hold'em. A rejection at the left pin. Murphy and Ragler were there to tool it away.
We see it already. Both these teams have gone on little runs of their own.
Tumen Up to the middle to Hoffman. That was off the head of Myers. She was able to save it and keep it. Cheap one from Chacoin. Tumen again going up. Londot. It's going to go back and forth. And that's where you see that front line dominance. Emily Londot, she attacks it.
And the Buckeyes able to regain the lead just like that.
That decision, are you going to keep those 5 on your roster or allow them to transfer in those incoming freshmen or tell them that they're not going to have a spot or be walk-ons? Brandewie showing, hey, this was a pretty good decision to have me come to Ohio State.
That's well said. Kinkilla had it turned away, and there's Brandewie's solo block. When you have to, unfortunately, make a tough decision with several All-Americans, several seniors.
But the fact that it was still in play and even a contention to win it, which they did, you know she's going to put her body on the line.
First 3 years for Londot were played as a right side hitter. This year moving over to the left side, getting more involved in the passing and receiving game. Rejection in front. Thorpe is on the doorstep.
Beginning of this set are now coming towards the end of it.
13 more on the board for her tonight, and that's in. Illinois backed up on the Tumen serve, and
they recruit the same all over the world. Volleyball is an international sport, and she likes having that diversity and different cultures on the team to bring new things. Hoffman now to serve, the freshman libero for Ohio State. Ivy, put over, off to Gibson again. Pushed by Rader, she gets the block.
Murphy. What a beautiful shot. Lauren Murphy, straight points. After trailing 21-18, they lead 22.
Get that here.
Murphy's at it again at the line. Serves that one over, and it drops.
He did not ice her.
No icing, Lauren Murphy.
They backed away, just hoping that that ball was going to sail along, and it did not.
So Lauren,
21 kills and 3 digs on the defensive side as well, 3 block assists. And she caught the back line for the service ace.
It's a good pacifying Raider, and if they can create a stop, they can build a run and build the lead.
Probably looking a little more offense from that back road, give another piece to the Lions focusing.
Thorpe. Out of the back was Stark. The swing Merzick into the Buckeyes block.
Ball just drops, and it's right on that line. And then look at the next serve. Deep, short, deep, short. That's exactly what Shane Davis was saying when he looked at Ohio State.
Challenging serves here, authored by the freshman Lauren Murphy. Back-to-back aces in the Buckeyes by.
Yeah, definitely. That is definitely a very powerful tool. If you're able to have your middle be able to come behind the setter and make different plays.
Schnitta sends the Buckeyes scrambling. Just going to be a free ball. As here's Dowler up to the pin for Sire, sent back hard.
Set point number 4 for the Gophers. And an ace once more. That is 6 set alive.
Yeah, you never want to duck. You want to take that ball to the end line. You want to move. Foul.
Now it's a 3-0 scoring run. The script flipped. And it curls inbounds off the serve. 2 aces on this service trip for Londot.
Here just over a week ago, last Wednesday on national TV against Maryland. They lost that one in 4 sets. There's Londot for the first time, and it won't be the last. The all-time hitters at Ohio State.
Emily Londot with that strong.
And both these teams have really challenged themselves the last 2 seasons. Ohio State last year 12-7 versus ranked teams. Georgia Tech 5-10 versus ranked opponents the last 3 years. Raider with the denial. Chelsea Thorpe at her side.
You get so much percentage of the sets, they need some alleviation from other spots.
Right back to Thorpe. Barnes right there. Terry trying to find the donut. McClure flying in. At this point, still up for Ohio State. Well, she wants it bad in this gym that she grew up watching matches in. And coverage from Morbitzer. And Londot block. Morbitzer with the save. Some ridiculous back row play for Ohio State on this point. And a block! Seals it!
The captain with the ball. Pushes it over. An ace! Another look. Morbitzer right on the dot. Inbounds. A beautiful. No timeouts for either squad. Engel pushes it back over. Gibson. Maryland. Sire. Back to Hoffman for Ohio State. Lauren Murphy. And saved by the Terrapins. Blocked out. And Ohio State gets the big point. That was a big time play.
Was a big time thing. One thing I can appreciate by Sydney Dowlers in these tight moments, it's very easy. For the freshman out of Round Rock, Texas. Dipping serve, and that's ace number 4 for Murphy, and the Buckeyes have match point.
Trusting that her teammates are going to continue to give her a good ball to get that final good shot.
And an ace, Londot delivering. Ohio State a couple points away from
getting an ace overall is
crazy energy inside here. I love the lighting and everything. They're ready.
And how about that start for set 3? A service ace.
Played a big role off the bench this year, has the sophomore. Gunter deep to serve. A touch up from Londot. They've been doing that really well today. It's just slowing down the shots, but not much you can do about that when Tuman and Brandewie combine.
463, just under 4 kills per set. And Maria, as I'm sure you know, that is not easy doing that in the Big Ten. Far side pin, that one touches down inside the line, and that's a kill.
Elle Woods quote where she's like, oh, what? Like, it's hard playing volleyball in the Big Ten.
They can get either way. You want to have that lockdown defense, they got it. They want to go on the offensive and get, strong set kills. They can do that too. Just depends what they need to.
And that was in. Hagler, and timeout for Chris Thomas in Illinois.
And a clutch serve for the sophomore middle blocker, just dropping it right.
Pushes the ball over. It's an ace. Buckeyes now up 12-10. Raider to serve again. Ball goes over. Dug out by the Terrapins. Back to Gibson. Look for Londot. Slight push over. Back to Schnitta. Blocked by Ohio State, who get the point to go up 3-1.
That focus that's needed all the way to point 25.
Again, Penn State did a great job in that last set. There's back-to-back service aces.
And definitely sending that ball right back in that seam.
Hit off the net. 4-2 it is for Ohio State. Londot the
and fourth start here, 7-6. Rutgers leads. That one's an ace. Rutgers tried letting it go, but it touches down on the line.
Georgia Tech had done that when they were down in set number 2. Try to, claw their way back in and allowed them. And Sarah Sue Morbitzer also finds some space.
Serve the ball. Goes over. Back to Dowler. Ohio State able to save. Brandewie. Dug out by Gunter. And denied was Sire.
It's just knowing who she can pick to step up, and then also just figuring out a way to kind of coach them so that they know how to be leaders themselves.
Ohio State with another block out of the timeout. Thorpe that time right through this first set.
And this is exactly what you want to do coming out of a timeout.
Under it, but might have gone off the tip of it.
We're tied up. Morbitzer with her third ace.
Could spin on the ball and get them a point.
And then an ace. So the Buckeyes have responded out of that timeout with 3 straight points and an ace there from.
Timeouts are just such a mental test. How are you going to respond out of that timeout? In Ohio State